right, now let's get back to some of our normal scheduled programming here. The reason why I have most of my subscribers in the first place. I told you guys I didn't want to just run through every single Alejandro Aranda song, Scarypoolparty, and run out and then not have anything else to talk about. So hence all the throwing in of different topics, different subjects. And you know what? I appreciate everybody who has freaking subscribed. And I want you guys to know this. Any one of my videos, any one of them that I posted, it could be this one, it could be another one. Anybody who posts or likes, let's see how I feel. Maybe likes first, but anyone that hits either the 500th comment or the 500th like, I will give you a prize. Brand new 1080p web pro stream webcam, still sealed, never been opened. There's some weight to it, so just know something's in there. All specifications, everything on the side. So yeah, anyone who becomes either my 500 subscriber, 500 likes, or the 500 comment will receive that webcam. All right, now one of the most heavily suggested songs, and let me kind of go on with the point that I was trying to make earlier too, is that if I would have ran through every single Alejandro Aranda song since the inception, since I started doing this, I would have ran out of topics, and you know, little by little the channel would have died. You know, yesterday I talked about it, and you know, like I said, I've worked in the industry. Well, you guys obviously know that, and you know, hence the title and you know, the topics that we've discussed. But I had mentioned yesterday, you know, what a cool honor it was that Angels and Airwaves, that their record label, or perhaps Tom DeLonge or one of his bandmates, recommended my channel. You know, like I said, I've never gotten giddy about people, you know, in Hollywood or in the entertainment industry, unless it was somebody I really liked, and I love Blink-182, always have. Same with New Found Glory. So if New Found Glory did the same thing, I'd be like on cloud 9. And I had, what made it even more special is I talked about in the video, which I'm surprised only got like 4 views. It sucks. But the video is entitled "This Is Freaking Cool." But you know, it was memorable for me. You know, laying on the couch, and I have my daughter right here, just laying on my chest. Actually, man, maybe I should show my tattoo. It's one of those realistic looking ones. It's a nice one though. But I have her laying on my chest like this, and I go and I hit the, you know, the surround sound system on, and lo and behold, The Adventure comes up, and it's a song called The Adventure by Angels and Airwaves. And I remember her, you know, 2 months old, trying to pick up her little head, trying to find out, what is this weird sound I'm listening to here, looking in the direction, looking back at me, rubbing my face because she likes, you know, was curious about the hair, and then cracking a big old smile. So that song forever wasn't like etched in my mind as, you know, that's mine and my baby girls. I always call, you know, like my nieces and my daughter, like my baby girls. Like I helped in raising every single one of them, so they're like all like my daughters. But my biological daughter, of course, it's nothing like becoming a parent. And I suggest for those of you who are planning to become one, you know, just be prepared, be patient with your partners. It's not easy. Obviously, I got a divorce, but that had a lot to do as well with my job, having to travel quite a bit, you know, not being in town, and then starts coming up with, oh, you're cheating on me, blah, 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 and you guys know the mess of a relationship. Not trying to stray too far from the topic, but a baby isn't going to solve your marriage problems, so make sure that you have your child under the circumstances that this is what you both agreed upon. And since I'm religious, I didn't file for divorce. My supposed very religious ex-wife did, only on her third marriage in less than 10 years. So that kind of should have given me a clue, but it didn't. It takes, men a little while to comprehend shit. But anyways, if I would have ran through all of Alejandro's songs, it wouldn't have taken me very long, especially now, posting a video every day. Like I said, I find it, therapeutic. So this is one of the most highly requested songs that I had always seen in the comments, and I hope you guys like it. And like I said, that camera is up for grabs. So yeah, tell other people about it, and let's bring some more people on and show some more support for Alejandro. Not only that, help grow this channel, because I'm about that. Now, everything I do is pretty much copyrighted, and that's fine. I don't care about the monetization. I'm not sitting here asking for money or donations or tips or anything. I just like to see that, hey, people like this, so I like to see the likes go up. People like the topic I'm talking about, and people like that I'm shedding light on an amazing artist. So, without further ado, here is one of the most requested songs.
Is there a reason that time keeps on leaving and changing? 1,000 strings falling on my heart. Somehow I see the end. Oh, I love how the way that it takes me. Oh, I love how the way it breaks me down. Oh, I love how the way that it takes me, searching for more. Let go of all of our memories. My soul, dissonant harmonies. There's no turning back for me.
I could already tell you I like this song a lot. I don't love it, but I like it. And for the simple fact that it really does speak to me, in the sense that, and I've told this story in another video, where for many years I had a crush on my best friend's sister, and my best friend had a huge crush. Well, I had a huge crush on his. If they were like our first loves, really. My cousin, he was just all in love with her. I was all in love with his sister. So I'd find every excuse to be, at his house, like four blocks away from us. And we used to go to church with them. And as we got older, I continued to get fatter to play football. I was in all the summer leagues. I would have to find all the papers, but I was ranked nationwide. And then I ended up fracturing my back. Yeah, very fun story. Luckily, it never affected my walking or anything. There was just one time that I was sitting down Indian style doing an acrylic painting. I went to go get up and lost whole function in my legs, which scared the living shit out of me. So I do have to get back surgery. But anyways, that's not the point. All the years that I was in love with her, I would do everything for her. Every day I would bring her a long stem rose. She loved chocolate milk, and mind you, beautiful woman, I like, petite girls. That's just kind of, we all like our things. That was my thing. She was petite. She loved chocolate milk, so I would buy her like a Nestle's chocolate milk and, a long stem rose almost every single day. Now, I was able to afford that because I also mentioned in my other videos that I was injured, at school, and they just threw some tape and gauze over this, and it was like, no, you need to call the ambulance. They didn't do it. I got in touch with my mom. She comes, picks me up. Long story short, first skin graft didn't work. Second skin graft worked. Then I had to go to rehabilitation to learn how to walk properly again, which also had something to do with playing football and then throwing my back out and then weakening it also because my core wasn't as strong as it should have been, and allowing myself to be in the position that I was at when I got, pretty much speared in the back. That's what cracked my vertebrae, my L4, L5. So I decided, you know what? My fat ass is going to lose some weight here. And so I started losing weight. He ends up going to the Marines, gets married, goes to Marines, comes back for his 2-week leave, and him and I used to sing a cappella together, and we're singing there one night, and by this point I had trimmed down, and I hadn't seen the crush of my life after I had given her like $5,000 worth of gifts from Disney World. I got a kiss on the cheek from her, and I was like so ecstatic over the moon. Like, yeah, she gave me a kiss on the cheek. And that was that. Never had seen her again after that for like 4 years or so. He comes back from Camp Pendleton, and he's like, come on, let's sing this song a cappella, Blue Moon. And so we're singing. Later on that night, and mind you, I slimmed down. I went very slow, lifted weights. I didn't want to get the loose, saggy skin or anything like that, since I was 330. So luckily I did it young, and my skin's elasticity stuck, so I didn't have to worry about that loose skin, thank goodness. But that evening he calls me up and he says, hey, my sister wanted it, and I stopped him right there. Of course you can. What does she want? Tell me. She wants to know if she could have your number. Like, why the fuck are you even asking me such a stupid question like that? That would be like me asking you, if you want Hope's number, or Hope wants your number. And that was that. She calls me like 20 minutes later, like, hey, do you want to go meet up for drinks, this and that? And I used to drink beer by this point. I'm like, yeah, sure. So I go meet her up, and I'm just like in awe that this is like a real first date with her. I'd taken her out many times, spoiled her ass many times. This time it was an actual date. And as we're sitting there drinking, she gets up to go buy another round, and I'm just kind of spinning my beer around looking at it. And then I'm thinking, and I ask her when she comes back, I said, for years I would bring you long stem roses. For years I'd make excuses to be at your house to hang out with your brother, when in actuality I'm there just to see you and have any type of conversation with you. And every day I'd bring you a rose and chocolate milk. I'm like, you never gave me the time of day then, and then today you see me and you ask me out on a date. Like, what's so different between back then and now? And she flat out said, because you lost weight and you look better. Now, any self-respecting man would have been like, fuck you, you shallow ass, vain ass, bitch ass, blah, No, not me. Kept on drinking, and then finally made it to first base. Real first base. Not a kiss on the cheek, but first base. And a little bit of second base. So, had a relationship 3 months or so. And if you guys ever seen Just Friends with Ryan Reynolds and Amy Smart, I was gonna sue them because that movie's like almost basically about me. Not quite literally, but Chris Brenner, he's fat, chubby in high school, has a crush on his best girlfriend, this and that. He gets made fun of, boom, goes to Hollywood, becomes, gets in the music industry, slims down. I'm not, Ryan Reynolds. I'm not saying, the look part, but while some women might find me attractive, she certainly did that, after I lost weight. And so, when she's sleeping in the bed with him, he doesn't know what to do. And that was totally me. I was expecting something way more romantic than just treating her like I did other girls. Like, we're at her house and like, oh, okay, yeah, let's go to the bedroom, whatever. No, like, I wanted to do something like just totally spectacular, memorable. And she didn't want to, so she ended up breaking up with me. But I told her, I said, no, actually, it wasn't necessarily breaking up with me, but trying to find out my mindset. But I told her, you know what? I'm not doing this shit again. I said, I've done this for 12 years of my life, ever since the age of 13, all the way up until I was like 25 years old. I have been working in the music industry. I've, done so much. And I said, I'm never doing this shit again. So if you do this to me right now, I promise you, this is it. Never again. And sure enough, she stuck to her word. And gladly, very happy for my best friend, because he ended up marrying my cousin. And it's too bad that we both didn't get what we wanted, but I'm happy for him. And I love seeing other people happy. The kicker of this whole story is what he says in here. There's no turning back for me. And there wasn't no turning back for me. And it was hard. because here's your first crush of your life. You know, not quite like your first love, but your first crush. And there was no turning back. Like, I just had to let it go. And the irony of it all was that she married a fat guy. I'm not kidding. So sorry about the long rant, but I had to because, you know, copyright bullshit. So here we
Yeah. Feel like I'm waiting, separating from the time zone. Feel like I'm fading to the distance of the unknown. Feel like I'm falling and I'm longing just to come home. Are we strangers? Are we talking shadows? I never know who I'm talking to, and everything keeps changing. Oh, I love how the way that it takes me. Oh, I love how the way it breaks me down. Oh, I love how the way that it takes me. Searching for more. Let go of all of our memories. My soul, dissonant harmonies. There's no turning back for me. Yeah. Feel like I'm waiting, separating from the time zone.
I absolutely find the lyrics to be amazing. Lyrically amazing. I love the guitar riff. The beat, scale 1 to 10, I'd give it like a 7. Seems like he's holding back while singing though, because I've heard him vocally better. And I'm guessing this is probably prior to American Idol. And I know you guys would know, so please, you know, fill me in and let me know. Because it feels to me, I don't know, like he's holding back. Because I've heard him hit way better notes. But man, lyrically, I mean, this is off the hook. One of the better songs that I've heard lyrically from him. You know, I absolutely love that. And it's relatable.
Feel like I'm fading to the distance of the unknown. Feel like I'm falling and I'm longing just to come home.
He likes to throw in those I guess you could call them melodies that are kind of off key, and I know he likes to do that intentionally. You know, I'm not, everybody has kind of their signature thing, that's kind of his, and I'm not like the biggest fan of it, but he makes it work for him, and that's what matters. And you know, it gets him in his vibe, it gets him in his zone.
Let go.
Okay, so lyrically, scale 1 to 10 to 12, easily. Very, very, very relatable, especially for the long-winded story I told you guys. And like I said, I apologize for the long stories. I just do it because every once in a while they like to copy strike it, and it's just like, please avoid it by doing this or doing that. But lyrically, yeah, amazing. I asked the question, and I know somebody in the audience here, so one of my subscribers will know if this was pre-Idol, which I have a feeling it is, because it sounds like he's really, really, really holding back on his voice, and I've heard him so much better before. Every song that I've reviewed prior to this, I mean, he sounds so much better. So scale 1 to 10 on his voice for this particular song, I'd have to give him a 7. The beat, I had mentioned, I know, you know, the off key is kind of like his little signature thing, at least in my opinion. You know, you guys can let me know what you think, but you know, it's kind of like my little thing, and it kind of gets, not my little thing, but like his little thing, where it kind of gets him, like, you know, just in that zone, you know, to make something beautiful, and he makes it work. You know, that at first I was gonna give that like maybe a 6 or a 5, but you know what, I'm gonna bump that up to an 8, because it does work for him and he makes it awesome. The song overall, I would say solid 8.5, maybe a 9. No, I'm gonna stick between like 8 and 8.5, just because I've heard him sound so much better. And maybe, you know, he just didn't have the tools that he has now, you know, the nice recording equipment, you know, that really brings out his voice. You know, I've only heard him use auto-tune once for like 2 seconds. You know, the dude has an amazing fucking voice, and you know, I know he is not, you know, he's his worst critic, and that's hard to overcome, because when you're your own worst critic, nothing you do feels right. So you're always searching for that next thing, or how you can do this differently or do that differently. But you know what I love is that he keeps on doing it, and he keeps on making better and better and better songs. And that's what matters. And like I said, I started reviewing him because I love his music. But then the second reason why I started reviewing him, because I saw that you guys love his music, and I want to get his name out there. There's no goddamn reason why he should not have over millions of views on all his freaking songs. It blows my fucking mind. Sorry for cussing so much, but it's just, it's unreal. The dude has talent like I haven't seen from a single artist in such a long time. I mean, it's just, like I said, I know a lot of artists, wrong place, wrong time, man. With COVID hitting, you know, it just, you know, the entertainment industry, not as a whole, but the ones that are definitely going to require you to, you know, be at packed out, you know, stadiums, or, you know, music halls or whatever, you know, you have the social distancing thing going on. I mean, you know, just wrong place, wrong time. Did that stymie his career? No. I think all he has to do is continue to look up, but he can be bigger, and I've been saying that and preaching that. And so as long as you guys keep on being on that same page as me, it's getting bigger, I'm down for that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'm gonna get out another one tonight, maybe a couple, because these last two have kind of gone by pretty quickly. I was having technical difficulties yesterday, but not today, baby. So I will see you guys right back here shortly.